Hmm. So we got 2 minutes. Just a heads up. Separation. Yeah. welcome to Riyadh. You know who I am, I'm Yells, and you know who I'm here with. I'm with the main man, Mr. Maestro, not Nistro. How you doing, man?
Outstanding. Assalamu alaikum, my man. And you know what they say over here? Diana Nahab. Let's go.
Yeah, for those who may think that it's just all hot and desert, beautiful intro there. It's pretty cold right now. It's cold as hell, but you know who has not been cold? Either one of these teams. SimWorld Europe got it rolling. They had quite a path to get here, and Philadelphia Elite had themselves quite a path as well to get here. We're at the championship game of the Mena Mirage. Maestro, anything you're looking for in this one? Or better yet, tell us how we got here for those who are just not tuning in.
Let's go get out the way. Europe got off to I'm just going to say this, a really surprising start with their win over APAC, 67-40 win over APAC. And, of course, the players showed up who you thought were going to show up. Ivanov, Suslov, and Ty Merka. And gave them a chance to sort of get their run on. And guess what? It paid off. Yells when they came around to their in terms of the very next game. Even though they lost, they were able to hang close enough to get that point differential that were able to get them into the semifinals. On the other side,
let me before you get that, for everyone new here, let me get these lineups out the way, and you can keep the story going for SimWorld Europe. We got Andrei Ivanov, the big Russian in the middle, committed to Duke. He's in the middle up front with the other flying Ivan Suslov. In the backcourt, you got Tassos Costa and Ty Merka, who will be still getting looks from quite a few different places here. And then you got Marcelo Raboa, who showed up big for this SimWorld Europe team. On the other side, for the Philadelphia Elite, in the backcourt, you got Deuce Bigelow Turner, Abdul Salamanca, who's been playing very well in this tournament. Up front, you got Israel Hannibal at the wing, along with Monte Parson, the number one prospect in the country, verbally committed to the Ohio State with Big Tony Henderson, who will be headed to Miami in the middle. Please get back to it, though, Maestro.
Absolutely, and then that's what's going to make this so interesting, because it's definitely a deal about styles make fights, my man. So, but back to Europe, the idea what happened in that second game against H-Town, what they were able to do was, even though they lost, and they lost in a big way, they were able to stay in the game well enough to get that point differential to give them a chance to get into the semifinals. And in the semifinals, against a team that was my number 2 pick, and in full disclosure, Europe was the last team I had on my board in terms of being able to take this tournament. But against my number 2 pick, Atlantis, what Europe was able to do the one thing that we haven't really seen them completely do all season, Yells, and that was to finish every play and stay together as a team. At no point did they get off sequence, so to speak, as we have to see them happen. When they played outside, very good, strong finish there down in the middle. They were able to finish their possessions, and they were able to stay in front of Atlantis to make it very hard for Atlantis to give in the transition game. Now, Atlantis didn't have the size, and Europe took advantage of their size and took advantage throughout that game, and that's why they're here now. On the other side, with the Philadelphia Elite, let's just get it out the way. Philadelphia Elite, that is our number 1 team to take this tournament, their first game against Africa. Really strong win. Nobody was surprised there. Of course, we already, Salamanca again with 23 points, getting it done in like nobody's business. But then they turn around and they lose to Atlantis, which was a big shocker. Big shocker. Yeah, big shocker. To the point where at least I would just say that from the standpoint of looking at it on the outside in, did they all of a sudden lose the case of balance? Because that's what happened. Atlantis was able to keep the ill off balance throughout that game, and it showed. But, however, point differential good enough to get them to the semifinals, where they had probably one of the toughest matches of the day, but also, Yells, they had the sort of rivalry match with the fact that Mazaka was on the ill. was actually on the ill. Thank you. Was on the ill. Gets kicked off the team, and it was down to the last minute. And yes, Salamanca got his points. And yes, Deuce Turner got his points. And yes, Hannibal got his points. On and on and on. But you know who made the difference in that semifinal game? A player that I'm hoping will continue to step up the way he is, and that is Tony Henderson, number 11 in the country. What everybody talks about is defense, but I see that offensive game just waiting to pop a gasket to show us what he could do. And guess who turned it around? He gets fouled, gets an and one, ties up the game from the line, gets a block on the very next play, starts the run that gets them into the lead that they never relinquished. It just shows you where the team is deep as the Philadelphia Elite have. Drees Williams is looking really good for his third tournament championship of the season.
Well, I'm gonna take a different stance here. I'm gonna go ahead and call something now as we see Andre Ivanov get another bucket there. That's gonna be a matchup to watch for, along with many others. But definitely Ivanov and Tony Henderson. That's gonna be a glimpse into the future for both of these teams. For both of those big men, is how they may play at the SimWorld U level. Being able to guard bigger bodies. And this front court for SimWorld Europe is just so big and skilled as we see Suslav going to work. Tony Henderson is going to be very busy, and so is Monte Parsons, just how much they can get going trying to defend that big front line. But I know last time they matched up, they got the job done. But I'll say this, Maestro. I think Philadelphia was a bit exposed so far in this tournament. Although we see them in the championship game, two things we say. One's a positive, but one's an area opportunity for anyone that's playing against them matched up. The positive for Philadelphia, I think what we see here is that Coach Drees and his recruiting and all the kids, kudos to his recruiting, but he's got kids on the team that know how to finish. Clutch.
Yes.
Much, what do they say? Much in the clutch. When it's needed, when a big play is needed offensively or defensively, they get it done. They rise to the occasion. Big shot makers, big shot takers, they're getting it done. But on the other side of that, as we see Suslav going to work again, looks like Europe is going to slow this thing down and bang. But here's what I see. Coach Drees, well known in the short tenure of SimWorld Prep, to coach a hard-nosed defensive team, and that's a beautiful pass. But that's what he's known for, and that's the mantra around there is his kids are going to play defense. But here's the problem. I think we saw that the scheme that Coach Drees employs is what makes this team great defensively, but when you look at these individual players that he's brought in, individual defensive effort and ability, it was not on par thus far in this tournament. We saw open shots. We saw people getting exposed in one-on-one scenarios, getting lost in the pick and roll. Not a typical Drees makeup team. He moved to offense in his recruiting and said, hey, I can coach the defensive side. He's going to have a few more years to work with some of these kids. But so far, they've been a little exposed. You have thoughts on that?
Absolutely, and I'll tell you what they are. It is an issue of how they handle that exposure. And so far this season, they've handled that exposure well. We've both seen in moments, and we've talked about this, we've both seen in moments where the ill seems as though, who is this team? Right? You know, we see a team on the floor not making their spots, not being in position. We find ourselves saying, who is this team? And then all of a sudden we see team, same uniform, often the same game, generally like 30 seconds later, all of a sudden turn into one of those things where like, who is this team? So that inconsistency, I think, can be expected at this particular age level. I'm just going to say it that way.
For sure.
And how coach handles that shows you that there is a mental toughness that happens. It's hard to play yo-yo ball. It's hard to be really good in one moment and not good at another. And a lot of people tend to not be able to step up their game once you're playing at the summit. Then all of a sudden you're playing in the valley, and then you're trying to get back to the summit again in the same game. A lot of teams are not able to do that because of the mental toughness that's needed. And I think that is exactly where Coach Drees is able to sort of reset his team despite those inconsistencies and despite that exposure, as you so eloquently pointed out. They're able to mentally overcome it in the moment that matters.
Doing their thing here right now, find themselves down 4. They've battled back many a time. We saw just another example of it against my H-Town Hoopers. Yes, I'm going to call them out. Hey, I rep my city. Know what y'all do, but I rep my city. But yeah, they had to battle back in that one late. We've seen them have comebacks of 20-point deficits early in the season of the tournaments. But down here again, I tell you, it looks like Europe is absolutely playing their game. Suslav 10 points, Ivanov 4, and I may be a little late on those numbers, but they're imposing their will, kind of slowing it down here.
And I'm glad you said it that way too, Yels, because you know how I feel about Europe. You know how I feel about their lineup. You know how I feel how talented their bigs are, that they can actually flip their offense and their defense upside down. Those guys can not only play in the post, they can also play in the backcourt, and more importantly, they can defend in both areas too. And having that luxury of having a team that you can set up, and I know that I can attack you either staring you in the eye or flipping you upside down, man, that's a huge advantage, which would mean, one would think, with that sort of talent, that ability to do that, we would see more wins from Europe this season, period. But it just hasn't lined up just yet. I think they're finally coming into their own.
Absolutely,
as they tend to do late in the season. The last few seasons, they tend to find their own a little bit too late. Once they get that formula together, Yels, once they're able to find a way to get themselves set, and they can start faster early within the season, I can definitely foresee with this organization, I'm going to call them an organization out of respect, that they're going to be able to be more than just a late-time comer contender, but a full-time contender in the near future.
Deuce Turner unable to get that when it goes. We see Suslav, as you were talking about, able to handle the ball. Forces the big man from Philadelphia, Sonny Salas, to come out a little bit further just to put a little pressure. It kind of takes people out of position. But Ty Merkel on the screen and roll, we know he runs that to perfection. No switch. Suslav here with 4 seconds to go. He's going to put it up. Sonny Salas with the block. He's going to throw it up. Oh! Almost gets it to go. First quarter in the books here in Riyadh. Great host city. We're glad to be here. Appreciate y'all having us, and we appreciate everyone here staying tuned in for the next quarter. Yells here with SimWorld Sports, where we're providing the most immersive virtual sports experience found anywhere out there. If you got the brain, come be a coach. If you got the game, come be a player. SimWorld Sports, the only place where you can see the game and be the game. We're back for second half action here at the Mena Mirage in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. We'll be bringing back oil, just so you know. For anyone who's in need, we'll be bringing out Been a great host city here, though, for us. To have a weekend layoff, Maestro and I'll get a break, and then we're going to be coming back, and we're headed to Hawaii for the Lay-Up Invitational. Lots of teams going to be involved in that one. Excited. Monte Parson on the follow there. Maestro, do you like this pace for Philadelphia? I know we like it for Europe. Do you like this pace for Philadelphia?
I'm going to say this right now. Philadelphia needs to find a way to get Europe off balance. So to directly answer your question, no, I do not. They either need to do one or two things, Yells. They either need to find the gas pedal and press it even harder, or find the brakes and pull Europe inside a phone booth. The problem is Europe is so good at the half-court game because of their size and those multiple athletic bigs that you have to pick your poison and be willing to stick with it through the pain that you might feel at the start of it.
I think this is what we've seen there. There's a great block by Salas, but he had to do a cleanup on aisle 9 there. We're seeing Europe get what they want on inside, and we're seeing Philadelphia having to take contested shots or perimeter-based shots here. Because I think this is what old Charles Barkley talks about sometimes. Like him or love him, he does. You can be right and you can be wrong as a person. You can be on both sides. So.
That's right.
So we see a miss there. Salamanca is going to bring it down. I believe that is Israel Hannibal. Sonny Salas with the follow there. He's going to get big. Says, I am the biggest guy on this court at the moment. Let me make you feel me in the paint with the follow.
And he is going to need to make that presence happen at that vantage whenever he can. And he cannot be late to the party. Because if you're late to the party, that means you got juice and it's a gym party.
I tell you what, getting out on that break, and then there's another steal. Europe's getting after it here, but I agree, you cannot be tardy to the party. Tassos Costa there. And it's ironic. It looks like outside of playing with a slower tempo, Europe's kind of playing the Philadelphia's game. They're getting after it defensively so far. They're running in transition, getting their points on the break. It looks a lot like the Philadelphia's motto.
One of the things that I've always said about Europe is they can play either game. They can play the tempo game and they can play the slowdown game. You have to determine which game you want to allow them to play and then beat them at that. And it's no easy task. That's why their lack of success is such a surprise, Yale. That's why the idea of a team with this much talent, able to play so many different types of ways, it takes them so long to find their groove, as it were, and be able to put themselves in a position to be successful where they are right now. And I got to keep a promise. I did say if Europe takes this whole tournament, I'm going to have to get SimWorld admin permission to do my dirty short naked in a hot tub, because they were not on my radar to take this tournament, though I thought they could. They just quite not, frankly, was not on my radar. And they are showing the old man wrong right now.
Well, I'll tell you two things about that statement. If SimWorld Europe does win and the aftermath is what you said, I have to see how quickly I can expedite my flight and get the hell out of here. Number two, Maestro, we are in Riyadh. I don't know. I hope you're doing that show back in the States, because I don't know if that's going to fly here. There may be repercussions to doing that here.
Consequences and repercussions.
Salamanca here with the ball, defended by Costa, who's defended him well despite being undersized. Salamanca gets the shot up. This team has been really scrappy here today as we see Coach Dries on the sideline.
Yes, and we know that we know no score is too big for them. So, there's no panic button being pressed. You talked about it earlier. Here's the team that's been down 20, came back. Here's the team that's been down 15, came back. Here's the team that was down in their semifinal game. And against H-Town, it looked like they were really rolling. And what did they do? Last minutes, chip away. And guess who won? They did. So, there's no panic in this team. Again, I'll give that to the mental toughness being led by Coach Dries, and just respect for that. But you know what? Europe is a team that can make you press because they can beat you so many different ways. This is going to be probably, surprisingly enough for many, their biggest tough test of the day.
Big time block there. They're going to try and get out in transition. Gets it up to Monte Parson. I would like to see a bit more of him today.
Yes, I'm glad you said that. He's not quite, so far, this tournament, he's not quite seemed as though he's been that number one player. Now, maybe it's because people are preparing for him more, and he's going to have to learn how to deal with that. But he's not quite been as impactful as we expect him to be. But you know what? Top players find a way no matter what, right?
That they do. Got the switch there. He got the easy bucket on the mismatch here. High pick and roll. Tom Merker's going to give it up. Can't get that one to go here. Kicks it out to Salamanca, guarded by Raboa. Another screen and roll here, possibly looking for another switch, but no, it's going to go up. He's going to drain that one. Money ball, Israel Hannibal.
Philadelphia, to me, Yells, I don't know how you're seeing it, but Philadelphia, to me right now, they appear to be a half a step behind their...
Oh, what a beautiful move. A $20 move and a 10-cent finish. He could not get it to go. Oh.
Ivanov. Man, now you got to explain it to your mama. That was just ugly. Oh my goodness, what a beautiful move to end up so ugly. It's like a bad relationship. The idea is, and I was getting ready to say,
happy post Valentine's Day. Everyone's making up today. Everyone's making up today. I guess we can get back together, baby. I guess.
So well said. The idea here for Philadelphia, they really, to me, seem like they are a half a step behind. And I said that despite that timely block, and now they have the game tied up 27-27. But if Philadelphia finds a way to get themselves settled, and great defense below by Tony Henderson, being able to keep the big man off the glass. If Philadelphia finds their voice earlier, they're going to be a problem for Europe. And I think Philadelphia wants it that way instead of trying to fight through another comeback win.
Hannibal there for 3 again, and I think they're just not able to get the ball down low. It's one of the things here as we see these perimeter shots go up, but they're going in. Ty Merker there on the screen and roll, that's what he does. With Ivan, they have such a John Stockton, Karl Malone connection. Interesting to see where Ty Merker is going to end up going to play his college ball in SimWorld Hoops. He's still not committed there, Maestro. I would have thought he would have ridden the coattails of Big Ivanov, but maybe Duke has not come his way. I know that Purdue, Wisconsin, Maryland, taking a look at him. We got some big-time schools in attendance, and make sure we point that out. Big-time schools here who made the flight to get a look at these guys. We got UNC, North Carolina, Duke, Virginia, Baylor, Michigan State, UConn. A lot of ACC Big East action in the house. There are others here. But yeah, international travel to get a look at these kids.
Yeah, well, now, Michigan State, nobody knows how to read a map there. So, as far as they're concerned, they're in Jersey. But anyway,
so we don't have any Michigan State fans on this broadcast. You don't have to read a map to find your way to SimWorld TV. Todd Merker.
But I tell you something about Ty Merker, the idea of, and he really needs to go to a situation that will have to allow him to, with the coach and the system, is going to understand where his abilities are, where his natural game set is, and build on that, because he has the one disadvantage of only being 5'10". You might get another inch or two out of him, maybe, but only being 5'10" at this particular point, going to that next level where it's all about large, long, athletic players, he's going to really have to land at a spot where a coach is going to understand that my man might get outsized all the time, but what's inside his heart is going to make a difference in terms of what he's going to give me with the rest of the game.
Size does matter.
Well,
size does matter. Let's keep it real. That's all there is to it. He's gonna have to overcome that at the next level. But I mean, he's a phenomenal facilitator, playmaker. He plays within the game. Not a whole lot of turnovers. He can knock down the open shot, but he's gonna have to get more aggressive. He's gonna have to hope he grows another inch or so. And he's got to find, like you said, he's got to find the right situation. That's what these kids really need to focus on, is ensuring that they find the right situation that'll utilize them to get them to the next level. It's not all about the numbers right now. It's about developing that thing that someone wants.
Yes, and what I would say to all the SimWorld preppers here, if you want to make yourself valuable on any level, particularly going to the next level, you need to move your mindset. When you hear us talk about IQ, when we see IQ in a player, what we're talking about is a player that understands not just the what, the play call, the play strategy, the principles of what we're going to do, but that player who understands the why. Why I need to do this, because now I can manipulate myself within the game because I can see the multitude of whys that give me an opportunity to react in a positive way for my team. That's what we mean when we say high IQ player. And when coaches start recognizing that in you and you start getting that trust, there is no going down for you. You're always going to be on the upswing because you're going to be allowed to be successful because you've proven to them that you've done your homework.
Absolutely. He's turning here, working on his man. He's going to take a step back three. Can't get it to go. Monty Parsons with the cleanup to bring it back within three before the break.
So well done, staying strong in the middle, just when you need it.
We're headed to halftime, Maestro. Tell me what you've seen today.
I've seen Europe been able to find a way to, in spurts, not only play in the post, but also play on the outside. And more importantly, as we talked about earlier, Yales, play on the run. Being able to keep their momentum going with whatever they needed in the spot, which tells me this. If they can beat you in transition, if they can beat you in the half-court game, if they can beat you in the semi-transition game and then still play defense, they are a nightmare, and that's just what they're doing to the Philadelphia Elite. Now, on the other side, the Ill are starting to kind of come together a little bit better. They definitely cut into that lead, which is what we want to see. But what they need to find a way to do is to make Europe uncomfortable in this second half, and the only way to do that is to get more points on the board sooner in the possession.
There you have it. Monty Parsons, 8 points. Suslav 10 on the other side, and more than that, we've got more action coming up right after that.
My experience with SimWorld Sports has been absolutely amazing. It's one of the most realistic, hands-free esports universes that I have ever seen. I love the fact that you can see a coach, you can see a player go right from the preps all the way to the pros here at SimWorld Sports. And I must say that it might be one of the most immersive things that I have ever been a part of. 24/7 media coverage. You get a chance to see live games. You get a chance to see live runs. It is clearly just an amazing thing to be a part of. And so if you are a sports fan, if you are a former athlete, if you are a role play gamer, if you like to get into communities that you love, then SimWorld Sports is for you. See the game, be the game.
Yo, 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 it's your boy. Check out Talking Dirty with me so we can catch up on prep news and SimWorld Sports. You know the deal. Holla at your boy. See the game, be the game.
here for second half action. Hope you guys have been enjoying this one so far. This crowd is absolutely crazy. They've been chanting since earlier this evening here. The time difference here it is very late. I want everyone to know that. And this crowd has not noticed, as we see a big time block there from Tony Henderson on Ivanov.
So what if I were to tell you, Yels, Tony Henderson has more points than Ty Merker coming into the second half of this game? What would you think is going on?
I'm good with that. As Ty Merker scores right on cue. Thank you.
There you go.
So here's the thing. Today's modern day big man, what do they need to be? They need to be, well, ideally you hope that they can contest shots and grab rebounds. You hope that they're a little quick. Do they have to have a back to the basket game? No, but you hope they're athletic enough to run a pick and roll, therefore they can get buckets. They can have a high scoring output if needed, if they have the right man running the pick and roll, the right matchup, as we see another big block there for him. But his money's made on the defensive side. Absolutely, he just showed it there.
And, you know, this is a conversation that I remember on SimWorld Today, back in an appearance that I made with Marsh on SimWorld Today. We had a conversation about how the game has changed. We talked about how the game has become more of a outside-inside game where people are looking for, my goodness.
Marcelo Raboa, 5-point lead. He's been a quiet sleeper in this one. Those guys have been impressed with him.
Yes, he has. And you know what? He plays solid D. He gives you the points when you need it, and he's able to give you a play like that when everybody's looking for him to pass. What does he do? So he opens floor to the basket, takes it on into the hizzy. But, you know, more teams are, leaning on that three, leaning on that outside shot now.
Oh,
my goodness. How was that not a goal-10? We'll never know.
Hey, I'll tell you what, he is getting very active right now. Someone must have said something in his ear. As we see a rebound there from, I believe that's Amari Blue. No, that's Israel Hannibal's going to kick it out to Salamanca for 3 from the corner, 2-point game.
If Salamanca gets going, Europe's going to have some problems.
The salamander is what they call him. You know, when I first heard that, I thought it was a contradicting dig, but apparently that's what he goes by. He's just shifty. Salamander.
Oh, yes, that's right. Shifty. Been able to change your colors, blend in. Next thing you know, they on top of you. Boom!
Oh, what a pass! And what another block from Tony Henderson, cleaning up all the mistakes here. Foul on the other end. I didn't even see him there, Maestro.
He took a very violent cross step into the paint, came up just in the right spot, and did not wait for the shot to leave the hand. That's what made it so good. He took the shot as he saw the ball move above the player's shoulder. That's what you want to teach your bigs that want to be defensive, have some sort of defensive prowess.
That is block number 4, and we're just a couple minutes into the second half. He's getting it done. He continues to play like that, but I'll add to this. I always have to be. I'm a devil's advocate. If that's what's required defensively for the rest of the night, if that kind of pressure is going to be put on him to be the lone protection at the rim, it's going to be a tough finish for Philadelphia Elite. I want to see the defense play this team used to play. If they can't do it individually, don't leave one man to clean it all up as he gets another block on a jumper this time.
I'm sorry, I got too excited to step on top of you there.
Woo, Stevie J.
Give him an assist. Give him an assist, fam. Oh, my goodness. Let me get my pants on. Hold up.
Get your pants on. I'm not even looking over at Maestro. Don't have these people think you've been sitting next to me this whole time with your pants on. He is not. But I'm not going to look and see if I'm wrong, guys. we watch action. Ooh. Defense ratcheting up there. Israel Hannibal with the steal.
They heard your yells.
Seems like they have. Physical defense is supposed to be the name of the game for this Philadelphia Elite team. They're up 2 at this point, and Europe is, look at that, they're losing momentum here. Another steal here, Hannibal on the steal. He's going to kick it over, ill-advised pass to Jay Mills. They're going to reset here. One of my favorite players, SimWorld Prep, Stevie J on the court now.
I like his game too.
As you see Coach Drees over there yelling, you can hear him on the sideline right now. What's this? Dig. You hear me? Dig. Yeah, he's getting this team to dig in deep and get after it defensively.
I liked how they were out of control. They settled down and made it a good possession. Still a good shot. Did not make it, but that shows you how they're able to slow down that heart rate and not play out of control.
There's some more defense on the other side. Raboa's been good defensively. He's going to go up top. Merca, you said he's 5'10". He says it don't matter. As he throws it down. Maestro, and the foul on Deuce Turner. And he has some words for him.
Hey, got to. Come on. Got to. If you're going to be 5'10", always go to the rim. Wait for that contact. I love it. And when you get up the floor, you just look at me now and just say, thank you, that felt good.
Ty Merca getting it done there. And this game's getting testy. He absolutely said it's murder. Ty Merca going to the rim. 1 point game. Shout out to Ja Rule. No shout out to Firefest. No shout out to Firefest 2.0 either.
Yeah, no, not even a little bit.
Another steal here. It's Deuce Turner dribbles into traffic.
Yeah, the spacing hasn't been good the last couple of possessions. They were able to get a good shot off a couple of possessions ago, but that particular possession, Europe took advantage of them working themselves into a crowded mall, so to speak, and was able to get the steal. Look at that.
That's block number 6. I tell you what, Tony Henderson looks a lot like Revis Island. We throw it back. He's like Dion in his prime. Don't throw to my side. You might just want to avoid that. He says no shots are getting off in his vicinity, but he is also, you see him, look at him coaching his team on, say, y'all got to step up and play some defense as well.
Come on, got to. Europe has too many offensive weapons for them not to step up as a team and play that Philadelphia defense that we've gotten so used to seeing.
Sonny Salas on the boards here. He's going to bring it up court. Deuce Turner with the ball. Interesting lineup out here. This is the big lineup from Philadelphia. Coach Dries is employing there as you see him screaming at his teammates. But on the other side, you see the coach for
ooh, what a pass. Give that man another
assist. Beautiful pass there from Tony Henderson showing the playmaking. Give that man another assist.
Come on. Give that man another assist, people. Have words with the score if they don't get it right. This man's been, I love how he dishes. I've always loved his passing. I always love his defense. But I tell you something right now, I love how he contested that even from behind without getting a foul. Did he get a piece of that for a block? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. We'll see if they give it to him or not. This is prep ball. You know they like to inflate those stats. You know how the kids love stats.
Yeah.
Never.
Is true.
Make it never mind. Like I said, you know the scouts are absolutely loving it. That's that fundamental ball that everyone doesn't appreciate. As you were talking about him, Maestro, Tony Henderson, his ability to play from the high post, make the correct, timely, accurate pass right there on that last play. Like, that's not something every big man can do. Even the ones that can put their back to the basket and get buckets, they can't make that pass and get that easy play that you sometimes need to get your player off. Deuce Turner struggling a little bit before that play. He's not on the court now. Started off hot, cooled off, but that's the kind of passes we see. Another block. Tony Henderson.
Come on, boo. Come on, boo.
And we see a finish from Israel Hannibal. He says, I'll eat your face. Throwing it down over the big man there. Philadelphia is rocking and rolling now.
Yes, they are. They're playing their game. I still remember one of the first times I saw Tony Henderson was in an open run. One of my very first dirty shorts on a non-committed or unsigned prep recruit was him. And I tell you what, he's earned every second of it. I love watching what he does.
Raboa for 3. Draws this one a little bit closer. Again, he's had a great tournament. Do you feel like 30 seconds here, Maestro, has the momentum here shifted, or we just experienced the relative run of a game?
It's the run of a game right now because both teams are finding a way to make something happen. It's only a 2-point game. That means both teams are finding a way to maintain their stride.
Suslav here with the rebound. 16 seconds to go. Shot clock can be off, but I think Raboa's going to put it up, and he's going to knock it down for 3. Gets it done again.
Lead change.
Europe now with the lead. Philly seeing if they can get it back. Hannibal, off the step back, cannot get it go. Philadelphia fought valiantly, found themselves up here, but at the end of the third quarter and into the fourth, they once again find themselves down. Can the comeback kids do it, or can SimWorld Europe close out as so many had expected them to do? Hang on, you know what it is. We're coming up for the fourth quarter. Make sure your fingers are near that button on your phone or computer. Be back after this.
See the game, be the game.
SimWorld, 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 SimWorld.
It's a place where average Joe can work on his craft and grow. Say you the new magic, yo. Well, why you ain't passing though? Better get you a basket, bro. Cause this ain't no Madden, no. This is real ball life from prep to pro. Come on, Park, this ain't no fashion show. It's the opportunity for you to be the one to shoot the three in the clip. Game on the line. They like, who is he? Must be the 2-3 or 2-4. The one twice. Coach saying do more. Scouts like that boy nice. Drive up the price. Push up the stock. Build up your name. Stir up the pot. Piss off the eye. As a player or a coach, here it is, dog. SimWorld. This is your shot.
Yo, Yells.
SimWorld.
You know your boy gotta get some of this, right?
SimWorld.
Rick Blaze.
SimWorld.
Ladies love. Let's go.
I be on some ballers, trying to get my hands on a scholarship. Pretty young thing already knew my name, said she wanna try out on the scholarship. Hold up, let me PG it. Porn go past, but you know I'm gon' do it. Podcast fast, big Bob on the snacks, and you know I'm in my bag when March can't beat it. Baby, I be trippin' with my foes tipping. Shot out to the ballers, no bull like I'm Pippin. Rick Blaze hit him with the freestyle. SimWorld Hoops, man, them boys wild.
SimWorld, 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 SimWorld.
And then when their lead expanded, they turned into a highlight machine, except for the problem was there was no film in the camera.
Maestro, you know how it goes when there's no film in the camera. We got about 8 minutes of film here left. Philadelphia trying to battle back. They've had a lead. We see Sonny Salas there. On the other side, we have Europe, who's been trying to maintain their lead. Clash of styles here, but we've seen a lot of similarities in this game.
That's right. Come on, you got to say the words. You got to say the number. B-Ron gave her permission.
You
Come
gave
on,
me
yeah.
permission. You know what it is. Come
You
on,
know what it
everybody,
is.
get ready. Put those fours up. It's fourth quarter time.
And for all our people over here, you want to say it in Arabic, it's Abea. Boom.
It's fourth quarter time. Philadelphia taking the lead here. Maestro, I'm going to go ahead and take a second here while they're busy putting those fours up in the chat. I said there was going to be a break. I lied. This Friday starting at 7 p.m. SimWorld Prep goes prime time because we're headed out to Hawaii. These kids get a little break. Larger tournament than usual. I believe there's 18 teams in this one. Correct me if I'm wrong. 12 teams, round robin tournament in this one. Thanks to the Oahu Sports Paradise. Beautiful facility. Make sure you guys tune in, or if you get a chance to come down this Friday, please do. Game start 7 o'clock this Friday. Bracket play will be going on Friday through Saturday with the championship game. Once again, in the prime time, 8 p.m. Make sure that you're there. Maestro, you got any plans for Hawaii?
Yeah, well, okay. I'm under oath, or can I? Never mind. Tape's rolling. I'll hit you back.
Beautiful place.
Yes.
You trying to pick you up a lay?
Well, you know. Might have
talking about the flowers, Maestro.
Yeah,
come on,
you
man. Come on. 48-47. 7 minutes to go. What do either one of these teams need to do, Maestro?
Get stops. both teams have been playing really good defense. Both teams have been playing, and I think the score is indicative of what defense we've been seeing. It's not been a sloppy game on many levels. Thank goodness. Both teams are playing very strong, and they're playing strong in all aspects of the game, which is rare at this level, at this intensity. But who is going to be able to get the most consistent stops in the next 7 minutes, 11 seconds is going to make the difference. Who's going to have the trophy at the end?
Good pass there from Suslav. Playing the high post there. Ty Merker can't finish. Is Tony Henderson going to put up a jumper? Can't get it to go. He's trying to get on the board offensively. I don't know if coach will be happy with that. Yeah, it's not with that. We get it off the glass, big man. Do you play your defense? Get it off the glass or the pick and roll, but I guess you got to give him one every now and then, don't you?
Yeah, coach might actually say, "Stay in your lane, big fella. Stay in your lane."
Monte Parson trying to get going. That's a tough bucket over the outstretched arm of Suslav. Monte Parson now with 10 points, quiet 10 points, 8 rebounds, as we made so much talk about. But there's Suslav again. So much talk about everyone else out here, but he just goes out and gets his job done efficiently. Night after night. You look up, he's got 16 to 20. He's going up again, showing that touch that he has. Scouts love around the rim. Can he bang inside? Yes. Is he huge? No, but he knows how to use his body. He knows how to finish, but he also has great touch around that rim. Shows the ability to maybe expand his jumper to show range in the future.
We are getting those lead changes back and forth right now, Yales. Both teams are going to have to decide who's going to get that stop that we talked about. Oh, look at that defensive stop. But then they get the rebound back. Boom, boom, pow, baby. Oh, my goodness.
Did you see
Go
that
ahead,
finish?
Monte. That's Monte.
That's 6 straight buckets for him just to maintain a lead. This is an absolute slugfest here.
Love it. Every second of it. They're putting on a show here for the great crowd here in Saudi.
Hey, they've earned it. Suslav going to work. We got a battle of big men going on. Suslav getting it done against Parson, and he's fired up 55-54, back and back like rock'em sock'em robots.
Parson was very smart with that. He did not put himself in a position to get an unwanted foul. So sometimes you just got to know when to fold them, know when to hold them, know when to eat a chicken, and know when to kill a goat, or whatever the song is.
Parson, 8 straight points, Maestro. He's shown the full repertoire on those. He's shown us 2 jumpers. He's shown us a jumper off the dribble. He's shown us post work, and right there he faced up and took his man to the basket with the finish. He's just so talented. There's a reason he's #1 in the country. And that's why Ohio State is so happy. Tentatively have it coming his way. There's a bad foul from Tony Henderson. You have to accept that one with the way that he plays defense. He contests everything.
Yeah, but I got a feeling that was a reputation foul more than anything else. That looked like he stood his ground, stayed in his silo, hands went up. I didn't see any egregious contact that would make that happen at that particular point. I don't know, Yales.
It's the first one to go. I haven't talked a lot about Ivanov here tonight. He's been outshined in this tournament by his other flying Ivan up front, but Ivanov, 13 points a game, 6 rebounds, shoots under 50%, can knock down a 3. Now we see him knock a couple down in this tournament. Headed to Duke. Play alongside Cooper Flagg, Jeremiah Minor, Roderick Little, and others. That's going to be a scary collegiate team with lots of options.
I know. Everybody's athletic, able to move, able to play a version of the wing game, and more importantly, able to play defense. Man, I tell you, Duke is going to get a lot of hate watching next season.
I think they get that already. There's a lot of people that hate Cooper Flagg, so he's the John Cena. As we see another block, 2 blocks in a row, I believe that's going to get Tony Henderson up to 9 blocks. I believe the record for the season, or at least SimWorld Prep. Go take a look at the stat books, is 11. He's on block watch there, but more importantly, he's trying to help his team secure a championship here.
Yes, he is. Make it a double, baby.
Goodness. Just 6'9".
But he plays so much bigger. He plays so much bigger. See, here's where that footwork is going to come into play. He realized he had a better shot, but he waited a second too long and got himself out of position. That's something he's going to look at the video and he's going to learn.
That's another one there. That is 10 blocks. He is 1 block away from the record held by Run DMV at the times, Nick Hugo.
Oh my goodness, there's the name.
As much as we're talking about this, though, this Monty Parsons finish, as much as we're talking about this, Philadelphia is in an absolute fight. 3 minutes to go. Every time it looks like they're going to make a run, Maestro, SimWorld Europe has an answer.
SimWorld Europe has found their balance, yes. They found their balance, and they're making it pay off. And this was the first possession where we did not see 3 yellow jerseys underneath the rim, and that's not like Europe at all. And guess what? Philadelphia made them pay by now up in the lead to 3.
Largest lead we've seen in over a quarter now for either team. You see Suslav put it up. He's unable to get it to go here. Europe better be careful here, because this one can get out of hand quickly. Salamanca defended by Ty Merker here. He's going to work on this. Look, you see the handle there as he almost went up for the jumper, but kept control of the ball.
He missed Tony Henderson under the bucket. He's going to look at this video and realize he left an assist on the floor right there. I'm sure he'll take the 2, but Tony Henderson was by himself under the basket. No one was even looking at him. If he would have looked up just a half a second sooner and just lobbed the pass to him, that would have been an easy assist with 2 for Tony. But they got the 2 anyway, Yales. That's how you make it play out right there, boo. And I tell you something, 120 seconds left. It's getting good, fam.
It's getting real good. We're going to go ahead and get the shout-outs. As we get ready here, get your shout out in the chat. If you want to say something to everyone here, we'll get it out for you. While we wait for you to get your shout outs in the chat, we're going to shout you out. Shout out Killer Kai Killings in the building. Shout out Drake Hope in the building. Shout out to Vetro Rampage. I forgot that username. You want to get your username in the books, man. Change that name on YouTube for us. Coach Wood, I heard he actually made the flight over here, so I believe he's actually in the building. Coach Simpson, Justin Zangalang in the building. DeVar Schuyler, Coach Heesh. Coaches are in the building. Players, hey, you want to know, how do I get recruited? How do I get someone's attention? Get in the live streams. The coaches are wanting to see who is checked in and who's engaged, who's not going to leave them high and dry, who's going to get injured and just abandon people. Honor thy commitments. Both of these teams here are honoring their commitments here on the court, giving it their all. Philadelphia with a 5-point lead. SimWorld Europe has relinquished the lead. Maestro, what do they need to do to get back in this one?
They need to find a way to get back to that game that got them there. And what were they doing? They were playing opportunistic ball, selective transition play, selective down in the post play. Use your size to your advantage if your speed doesn't get you there first.
Ty Merker here dumps it down low as the double team comes over on Ivanov, leaves Costa wide open. Looks like he had a foot on the line as they give him only 2. We'll get these quick shout outs here. Coach Simpson says shout out to his recent productivity. How did I know, Simpson, what that shout out was going to be? We got Part says shout out to Illy. And then we have Coach Pope says shout out to SimWorld. We always appreciate when you shout us out, but no, shout out to all of you. And in the vein of that shout out, we got 21 here live on SimWorld TV on YouTube. We've got 10 on LinkedIn. It's just supposed to be looking for jobs on there. We got 10 on LinkedIn. Let's see here. We'll do some quick math here. We got 3. You keep this math up for me, Maestro. 10 on YouTube, 10 on LinkedIn, 3 on Instagram. That is, these numbers are not where I want to see them. I'll be honest. They're not where I want to see them. On TikTok right now, we have 72. Do that math for me, Maestro.
There you go. That's 95, boo.
That's 95. Retro Rampage. What is your username? Because you are in the window.
Jordan Belmont. That's Jordan Belmont.
50 EM, sir. Shout out to
Jordan Belmont. I know him.
Oh, that's the Wolf on Ball Street.
That's the Wolf on Ball Street. That's right.
No, that's not who Retro Rampage is.
I'll have my boy.
That's not him.
Come on, Jordan. Let Maestro know if he's right or wrong. That's not
the Wolf on Ball Street. Who is Vetro Rampage so you can get your EM, sir? 950 coming your way. Hurry up. We got action to call here.
There you go.
Philadelphia here with the ball, trying to extend this lead back up. This game is tighter than a fat girl's underwear here.
You like that?
Monty Parson getting the work together. Kai Dior. There we go. Kai Dior.
Kai Dior, yeah.
EM's coming your way, sir. Much love to you.
Yeah. Hey, way to fix me. I'm sorry. Parts is Jordan Belmont. My bad.
Todd Merker here. Looking for a screen and roll. This is well defended. Todd Merker decides to take it himself. Can't get it, but goes amongst the trees to get his own rebound.
How did he get that shot off, Yels? How did he do that?
I don't know why he got the rebound there, but that's going to hurt as that draws it 1 point closer there. SimWorld Europe for the open three. You've got to get on the glass, young kids. You've got to get on the glass and rebound. Possessions. Down to Monte Parson here. He's going to work on his man. Big time block for Suslav there. And I think he may have gotten a hand on that one as well. He's played great defensively. Parsons going to go back up. Can't get it to go. It is a battle down low. Did he step out of bounds?
I think he stepped out of bounds. Well, I tell you, third time was not a charm there. You got to go up aggressive, especially you got to defend it as strong as Suslav is down there. He is not going to let you get a soft shot. This is not going to happen. Not in this country. Not in any country.
Monty Parsons on the inbound showing more the skill. Did he just show us the catch and shoot, Maestro?
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
3-point game here. This crowd is getting behind SimWorld Europe. And it is a little bit of a hostile crowd here in these international waters. There's a beautiful move by Andre Ivanov off of the double team, splitting it. He had some words about this Philadelphia team as well as Coach Dries before this game, Maestro. It's a strange foul there.
Love the intensity. Yeah, I know, right? Love the intensity. It just makes everything what it's supposed to be.
Oh. Why are they fouling here?
Interesting choice. Interesting choice.
We'll see if it pays off. This is the 1-and-1 here. As SimWorld Prep likes to prep these kids truly. That 3-point line is a SWBA 3-point line. And we go with the 1-and-1 penalty here to prepare these kids for college. How it's going to be at SimWorld U. He gets the first one to go. If he misses this second one, and he does, Rabo on the rebound here. Europe is not going to call a timeout. They're going to run this one down. There's about a second and a half.
I like this philosophy. I like this philosophy.
Deuce Turner matching up here. Todd Merker looking like he's going to burn some time. He's going to wait on the high screen and roll here with Andre Ivanov.
He's going to come down to one shot.
What a pass down low. Oh, and he gives it up. And look who's there. Israel Hannibal going to seal the deal. What a play there. He read that one, telegraphed it from start to finish, Maestro.
Oh my goodness, he made them pay. They put all their baskets in one bucket, and next thing you know, everything was gone.
My goodness, that's such a great play there. He absolutely read that one from start to finish. Merker dropped it down low. Ivanov, and that's been the knock on him. You want to see him get big and put that one in. They're only down 2, but he thought he saw an open man, kicked it out, and Hannibal was right there, looking like Darrell Reeves.
Right there. Well, how apropos was that earlier? How prescient was that earlier reference to Darrell Reeves and Deion Sanders? I tell you, that's why you're the best in the biz, Yels. That's why you're the best in the biz.
Best in the biz, Dave. I tell you what, if you love SimWorld, hit that thumbs up button, hit that little arrow to share it. Hit the comment. If y'all comment in here, do your thing. Make sure you're hitting the noties so that you can be notified when stuff's happening here at SimWorld, and make sure that you liked it. Make sure that you like the video. That helps us out a lot.
You like it, baby.
You're here. What else you gonna do?
You like it, baby.
And we're going to get this in while we can. Don't play yourself. You hanging out somewhere else where you got to do all the work. Don't play yourself. Come here to SimWorld where you can see the game, be the game. Invite head coaches, 5,000 EM signing bonus for them and for you. And if you just want to be a fan and talk some cash money, we need you to do it. We need some loud voices here, some big time fans just to talk a little shh. You get a bonus for that too. Maestro, this is a crazy finish here.
It's gonna be a crazy. Listen, make up your mind. Whatever your first shot's got to be right off the hands. As soon as you touch the ball, the shot needs to go up now.
He goes up, but it's to no avail. Tony Henderson going to grab that rebound. That makes perfect sense. That's a perfect ending. I have to tell you, SimWorld Europe absolutely let this one go away. OTR will not be occurring tonight. I hear Maestro will be coming with the episode in his absence. You want to make sure you're tuned in for that. We want to thank everybody for tuning in to this. And for Maestro, I'm Yells. Thank you for being a part of SimWorld Sports, the only place where you can see the game, be the game.
This has been a presentation of SimWorld Sports.